Did you know there's one day each year when heaven's blessings pour down with extraordinary power upon sacred objects? A day when Our Lady of Mount Carmel opens her maternal hands and showers graces upon those who seek her protection. Today, I want to share with you 5 sacred objects that you should have blessed on July 16th, the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. These aren't just religious items. They're weapons against darkness, shields of divine protection, and channels of grace that can transform the spiritual atmosphere of your home and your life. If you feel like you need stronger heavenly protection in your life, write in the comments, "Our Lady of Mount Carmel, protect me." Your simple act of faith helps this message reach more souls who desperately need to hear it. But here's what most Catholics don't realize. July 16th isn't just another feast day. It's one of the most powerful dates in the liturgical calendar for receiving Mary's special intercession. On this day, the Queen of Mount Carmel has promised to look with particular tenderness upon those who honor her with devotion and seek her maternal blessing. I'm going to reveal 5 sacred objects that should be blessed on this holy day. Each one carries its own supernatural power, its own promise of heavenly protection. But stay with me until the end, because the 5th object is the most forgotten by Catholics today. Yet it holds the greatest power to shield you from spiritual dangers. Think about your home right now. Think about your family. Are you truly protected from the spiritual battles raging around us? Are you equipped with the sacramentals that heaven itself has given us as weapons against evil? Our Lady of Mount Carmel didn't appear to St. Simon's Stock in 1251 just to give us a nice devotion. She came with promises, with power, with protection that extends beyond this life into eternity. When she handed him the brown scapular and said, "Whoever dies wearing this scapular shall not suffer eternal fire," she was giving us one of the most powerful guarantees ever spoken by heaven. But the scapular is just the beginning. There are 4 other objects that, when blessed on her feast day, become instruments of grace in ways most people never understand. Are you ready to discover what they are? Are you ready to turn your home into a fortress of faith, protected by the very items that heaven has blessed with supernatural power? The spiritual battle is real, my friends. The enemy prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. But we don't have to face him defenseless. Our Lady has given us armor, shields, and weapons. All we need to do is understand what they are and how to use them. July 16th is coming. Will you be prepared? Will you have these 5 sacred objects ready to receive heaven's special blessing? Or will you let another year pass by, missing the extraordinary graces that Our Lady wants to pour out upon you and your family? Let's begin this journey together. Let's discover the forgotten treasures that can change everything about your spiritual life. Before we dive into these 5 powerful objects, we need to understand something crucial. What we're talking about isn't superstition. This isn't about magical thinking or turning sacred items into lucky charms. This is about sacramentals, gifts from God that the Church has blessed for centuries to help us grow closer to heaven. The story begins in 1251, when Our Lady appeared to St. Simon's Stock on Mount Carmel. Picture this moment. A humble monk, devoted to Mary, suddenly finds himself face to face with the Mother of God herself. She didn't come empty-handed. She came bearing the brown scapular and a promise that would echo through eternity. "Receive, my beloved son, this scapular of your order. Whoever dies clothed in this shall not suffer eternal fire." But why July 16th? This date marks when the Church officially established the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. It's not just a celebration. It's a spiritual anniversary that opens heaven's treasury in a special way. On this day, Mary's maternal heart turns with particular tenderness toward her children, ready to shower blessings upon those who approach her with faith. Think of it like this. Imagine your mother had one special day each year when she promised to listen extra carefully to your requests, when her heart was especially open to helping you. That's what July 16th represents in the spiritual realm. Mary, our Heavenly Mother, has marked this day as uniquely her own. Now here's what separates genuine Catholic faith from empty superstition. A blessed object doesn't work like a magic charm. It works because of your faith, your relationship with God, and your desire to live as a true child of Mary. The power isn't in the object itself, it's in what the object represents and how it connects you to divine grace. When you have a crucifix blessed, you're not getting a good luck charm. You're receiving a sacramental that reminds you of Christ's sacrifice every time you see it. When you wear a blessed scapular, you're not wearing armor that automatically protects you. You're wearing a sign of your covenant with Mary, a reminder that you belong to her and she to you. This is why preparation of the heart matters so much. Before July 16th arrives, spend time in prayer. Ask yourself, am I seeking these blessings to draw closer to God, or am I treating them like insurance policies? Am I ready to live up to the promises that come with these sacred objects? Because here's the truth, Our Lady's intercession comes with responsibility. If you're going to wear the brown scapular, you should live like someone who belongs to Mary. If you're going to have your rosary blessed, you should actually pray it. If you're going to keep holy water in your home, you should use it with reverence, not desperation. The saints understood this perfectly. They knew that sacramentals are bridges between earth and heaven, channels through which grace flows when approached with proper faith and intention. So as we prepare to discover these 5 sacred objects, prepare your heart as well. Open yourself to Mary's maternal love. Trust in her promises, and remember, she wants to protect you even more than you want to be protected. Now that we understand the spiritual foundation, let's discover exactly which objects Our Lady wants to bless with special power on her feast day. Speaking of deepening your spiritual life and understanding the power of sacramentals, I want to share something special with you. For those who truly want to strengthen their prayer life and experience the miraculous power of the rosary, we've created a comprehensive guide that can transform your spiritual journey. It's called The Power of the Rosary with Padre Pio, Miracles, Protection and Divine Graces. This spiritual treasure will help you discover how to pray the rosary with deeper devotion, learn about the miracles and testimonies of those who have experienced its power, and understand Padre Pio's most profound teachings about prayer. You'll receive a 30-day prayer guide with daily intentions to strengthen your faith, plus special prayers for protection, healing, and spiritual liberation. The rosary was Padre Pio's greatest weapon, and today it can become yours too. This isn't just another religious book. It's a practical companion that thousands of people have used to deepen their relationship with Mary and experience her protection in their daily lives. Don't miss this opportunity to strengthen your spiritual life with material that has already helped countless souls. To download your copy, simply click the link pinned in the comments. Now let's return to those 5 sacred objects that Our Lady of Mount Carmel wants to bless with special graces on July 16th. Let's begin with the most powerful of all, the brown scapular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. This isn't just a piece of cloth. It's a covenant between you and the Mother of God, sealed with a promise that reaches beyond the grave itself. When Our Lady appeared to St. Simon Stock, she didn't offer suggestions or recommendations. She made a solemn promise: whoever dies wearing this scapular shall not suffer eternal fire. Think about the weight of those words. The Queen of Heaven, the Mother of the Savior, guaranteeing your eternal salvation through this simple sacramental. But here's what many Catholics miss. The scapular must be properly blessed and imposed by a priest according to the Church's ritual. It's not enough to simply buy one and put it on. July 16th is the perfect day to receive this imposition if you haven't already. or to renew your commitment to Mary by having your scapular blessed again. I remember speaking with Father Michael, a priest who has imposed thousands of scapulars over his 40 years of ministry. He told me about a young mother who came to him on July the 16th, tears in her eyes, carrying a worn scapular that had belonged to her grandmother. "Father," she said, "my grandmother wore this every day until she died peacefully in her sleep. I want that same heavenly protection for my children." That's the power we're talking about, generational protection flowing from Mary's maternal heart. If your scapular is old or damaged, get a new one and have it blessed on Our Lady's feast day. If you've never worn one, July 16th is your invitation to enter into this sacred covenant. When you wear it, you're declaring to heaven and earth, "I belong to Mary and Mary belongs to me." But the scapular doesn't stand alone in your spiritual armor. The rosary is heaven's weapon against the forces of darkness. St. Padre Pio, that mighty warrior of prayer, declared, "The rosary is the weapon for these times." When you have your rosary blessed on July 16th, you're not just getting a prayer tool blessed. You're arming yourself with ammunition that demons fear. A blessed rosary becomes a sacramental that carries special grace. Every time you touch those beads, every Hail Mary you pray becomes an arrow shot straight into the heart of evil. The enemy trembles before the sound of the rosary because he knows its power to convert hearts, heal families, and change the world. Here's what most people don't understand. A blessed rosary doesn't just help you pray better. It becomes a sign of your consecration to Mary that you can carry anywhere. In your pocket, your purse, your car. The very presence of that blessed rosary is a declaration that you walk under Mary's mantle. Consider bringing multiple rosaries to be blessed on July 16th. Keep one for yourself. Give others as gifts to family members or friends. Imagine the ripple effect of grace when you place a blessed rosary in the hands of someone who needs Mary's intercession. Your rosary, blessed on Our Lady's feast day, becomes more than beads and wire. It becomes a lifeline to heaven, a direct connection to the heart of the woman who crushed the serpent's head. Your home needs to visibly belong to Mary, and there's no better way to declare this than through a blessed image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. This isn't about decoration. This is about enthronement, about crowning Mary as Queen of your domestic church. When you place a blessed image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel in your home, you're creating a focal point for prayer, a reminder of her constant presence and intercession. Every time family members pass by that image, they're reminded that this household belongs to the Mother of God. Choose a place of honor for this image, not hidden in a corner or relegated to a bedroom, but somewhere central where the whole family can see it. The living room, the kitchen, the entrance hallway. Somewhere that declares, "As for me and my house, we serve the Lord and we honor His Mother." After bringing your image home from its July 16th blessing, gather your family for a simple enthronement prayer. Say something like, "Our Lady of Mount Carmel, we give you our home. Guard it from all evil. Bring the peace of your Son Jesus to everyone who lives here. Help us to be worthy of calling ourselves your children." A blessed image isn't just a picture, it's a window to heaven, a constant invitation for Mary to watch over your family with her maternal gaze. Place it with reverence, honor it with prayer, and trust in the heavenly protection it brings. These three sacramentals form a powerful trinity of protection that most Catholics completely overlook. Holy water purifies and reminds us of our baptism. Blessed salt has exorcistic properties, used since biblical times as a sign of covenant and purification. Sacred oil can be used to anoint the sick or protect doorways and windows from evil influences. The devil despises holy water because every drop represents the blood of Christ shed for our salvation. When you sprinkle holy water throughout your home, you're claiming that space for Christ. You're saying, This territory belongs to heaven, not to the powers of darkness. Blessed salt can be placed in the corners of your home, creating a spiritual boundary that evil cannot cross. It's not superstition. It's using the sacramentals that the Church has blessed for our protection for nearly 2,000 years. Sacred oil, blessed on July 16th, can be used to make the sign of the cross on doorframes, asking Our Lady of Mount Carmel to guard the entrances to your home. You're creating layers of heavenly protection that most families never even consider. Take containers to church on July 16th. Bottles for holy water, small jars for salt, tiny vials for oil. Ask the priest to bless them with the proper prayers. Then use them with faith, not fear. Sprinkle the holy water while praying. Place the salt while trusting in Mary's intercession. Anoint with oil while asking for her maternal care. These aren't magical potions. They're sacred tools that dispose your soul to receive grace and remind evil that it has no power in a home consecrated to God. Here's the object most Catholics forget, yet it might be the most important for your daily protection. Personal religious items like medals, crosses, and small devotional objects. Do you have a miraculous medal? A cross you wear around your neck? Small religious keychains or pocket tokens? Religious jewelry that's been gathering dust in a drawer? July 16th is the perfect day to have all of these blessed with special power. A blessed medal isn't a lucky charm, but it is a sacramental sign that prepares your soul for grace and provides heavenly protection. When you wear a blessed cross, you're carrying the instrument of your salvation. You're making a public declaration of faith that strengthens your resolve and reminds you of your identity as a child of God. Think about this. You probably carry your phone everywhere, your keys, your wallet. Why not carry a blessed medal or small cross? Why not have a constant reminder of heaven's care right there in your pocket? Many people want to give religious gifts, but don't know how to make them meaningful. Having medals or small crosses blessed on Our Lady's feast day turns them into powerful channels of grace. A blessed medal given with love becomes a seed of faith for the recipient. Even small holy cards or prayer cards can and should be blessed. Place them in your car, your office, your purse. These little reminders of faith, blessed on July 16th, become seeds of grace scattered throughout your daily life. Don't underestimate the power of these small sacramentals. Sometimes the most humble objects carry the greatest graces, especially when they're blessed on the feast day of the Queen of Heaven herself. Now that you know what objects to have blessed, let's talk about exactly how to make July 16th a day of powerful preparation for you and your family. Start gathering your items at least a week before the feast day. Don't wait until the last minute and rush to the store on July 15th. This preparation time is itself a form of prayer, a way of showing Our Lady that you're serious about receiving her intercession. Make a checklist. Do you need a new brown scapular? Is your current rosary in good condition, or should you get a fresh one? Do you have a beautiful image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel for your home? Have you bought containers for holy water, salt and oil? Are there medals or crosses you want blessed? The night before July 16th, place all these items in a clean bag or basket. This isn't just practical organization, it's a ritual of reverence. You're preparing to bring these objects into God's presence for blessing. Pack everything in a neat, clean container. Bring your brown scapular, your rosary or multiple rosaries for gifts, your image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, clean bottles for holy water, small containers for salt, tiny vials for oil, and any medals, crosses, or religious jewelry you want blessed. Don't forget items you might want to give as gifts. This is a perfect opportunity to bless religious items that you can share with family members, friends, or anyone who needs heavenly protection. Arrive at church early, before or after Mass, when the priest has time to speak with you. Don't approach during the liturgy or when he's clearly busy with other duties. Simply say, "Father, I'd like to have these religious items blessed in honor of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Could you please bless them for me? Most priests will be delighted to help, especially on such an important Marian feast day. If your parish is celebrating a special Mass for Our Lady of Mount Carmel, there might be a communal blessing of religious articles. Take advantage of this beautiful opportunity to join with other faithful in receiving Mary's special graces. When you return home with your newly blessed sacramentals, treat this as a sacred moment. Don't just toss everything in a drawer and forget about it. First, place your blessed image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel in its place of honor. Gather your family and pray together. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, we welcome you into our home. Protect our family from all harm. Help us to live as your faithful children. Bring the peace and love of your Son Jesus into every corner of this house. Next, use your holy water to bless each room of your home. Make the sign of the cross with the holy water in every doorway, saying, "In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit." Mary, Queen of Mount Carmel, guard this space. Place small amounts of blessed salt in the corners of your home, asking for Mary's protection against all evil influences. Put on your blessed brown scapular with a prayer of consecration. Begin praying your blessed rosary that very day. Remember, these are sacramentals now. Treat them with respect and reverence. Don't let blessed items get lost, damaged, or treated carelessly. If a blessed object becomes worn out or broken, don't throw it away. Bury it respectfully in the ground or burn it reverently. Use these blessed sacramentals regularly. Pray your rosary daily. Wear your scapular faithfully. Look upon your blessed image with love. Use your holy water for protection and as a reminder of your baptism. The blessing isn't the end. It's the beginning of a deeper relationship with Our Lady of Mount Carmel. But here's the most important truth I need to share with you. Blessed objects are not magical shields that automatically protect you regardless of how you live. They are invitations to deeper faith, reminders of your commitment to God, and channels that work most powerfully when your heart is open to grace. Our Lady of Mount Carmel doesn't want you to simply collect blessed objects like insurance policies. She wants you to live like someone who truly belongs to her Son. The brown scapular is most powerful when worn by someone striving to live in a state of grace. The Blessed Rosary works miracles in the hands of someone who prays it with genuine devotion. Think of it this way: if you were invited to live in a palace, you wouldn't dress in rags or behave like a beggar. You'd conduct yourself worthy of your royal residence. When you carry these blessed sacramentals, you're carrying signs that you belong to the royal family of heaven. Live like it. This means regular confession to keep your soul clean. It means genuine prayer, not just rushed recitations. It means treating others with the love and mercy that Mary shows to you. It means turning away from sin and turning toward the light of Christ. The saints understood this perfectly. They didn't see sacramentals as separate from their spiritual life. They saw them as woven into the very fabric of their relationship with God. Saint Therese wore her scapular while living radical trust in God's mercy. St. John Vianney prayed his rosary while serving the poorest souls with heroic charity. When you approach July 16th with this understanding, something beautiful happens. The blessed objects become not just tools of protection, but instruments of transformation. They don't just shield you from evil, they draw you closer to good. They don't just defend you from attacks, they strengthen you for growth. Mary's maternal promise extends far beyond protection from hell. She promises to walk with you through every struggle, to intercede for you in every need, and to present you to her Son as one of her own beloved children. That's the real power of these sacramentals. They connect you to a mother's love that never fails. So here we are, my friends. We've discovered the 5 sacred treasures that Our Lady of Mount Carmel wants to bless with special power on July 16th. The brown scapular, with its promise of eternal protection, the Holy Rosary as your weapon against darkness, sacred images to crown Mary as Queen of your home, holy water, salt and oil to purify and guard your living space, and those precious personal items like medals and crosses that carry heaven's care wherever you go. This isn't just about having religious objects blessed. This is about entering into a deeper covenant with the Mother of God. This is about transforming your home into a sanctuary of faith and your life into a testimony of trust in Mary's maternal care. July 16th is coming. The question is, will you be ready? Will you approach Our Lady's feast day with empty hands, or will you come bearing these 5 sacred objects, ready to receive the extraordinary graces she wants to pour out upon you? I want to ask something special from each of you watching this video. In the comments below, tell us which of these 5 objects you're planning to have blessed this July 16th. Maybe it's your first brown scapular, or a new rosary to replace one that's worn out. Perhaps it's a beautiful image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel for your living room, or containers for holy water to bless your home. And here's what I'd love even more. Tell us for whom you'd like us to pray. Is there someone in your family who needs Our Lady's special intercession? A friend going through difficult times? A loved one who's lost their faith? Let's form a mighty prayer chain leading up to July 16th, asking Our Lady of Mount Carmel to cover all of our intentions with her maternal mantle. This is how we build the kingdom of heaven, one blessed object at a time, one family at a time, one prayer at a time. When you share this video with 3 people who need to hear this message, you're not just sharing information. You're sharing hope, you're sharing protection, you're sharing the very love of Mary herself. Subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell, because there's so much more that Our Lady wants to teach us about living under her care. Share this video with everyone you love, because love shared is love multiplied. Remember the promise Our Lady made to St. Simon Stock. Whoever dies wearing this scapular shall not suffer eternal fire. But her love doesn't stop at death. Her protection doesn't end at the grave. She walks with you through every trial, stands beside you in every struggle, and presents you to her Son as one of her own cherished children. May Our Lady of Mount Carmel cover you always with her sacred mantle. May she bless your home, protect your family, and lead you safely to the eternal joy of heaven. Go in peace, children of Mary, knowing that you are loved beyond measure.